All right. Welcome back to the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, here every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific time, 11 p.m. Eastern time, talking about wrestling every night. Remember to shoot me your chat. Tell me what you think about wrestling. Tell me what you think, is going to happen on Raw. Let me know, what you think is best for Cody Rhodes. Let me know who you think will dethrone Swerve Strickland on AEW. So, without further ado, let's jump on into our fifth and final segment. Our Monday Memorial, we're going to talk about my man, Crash Holly. So, let's go ahead and do it. So, guys, Crash Holly, his original name was actually Michael John Lockwood. He was born August 25th, 1971. A WWE slash WWF. He debuted as Crash Holly in 1999 to 2003. He debuted in wrestling in itself in 1989. He tag teamed with, of course, his kayfabe cousin, Hardcore Holly, who I feel like they have. Well, no, I know Crash. Crash actually, in his wife's, ex-wife, because, she wanted a divorce. But in his ex-wife's, hometown in North Carolina, I believe there was a Crash Holly wrestling school. Also, you have Hardcore Holly running scenes. Definitely been with the WWE organization for amazingly really really long. The Alabama man, the Alabama Slam. Hardcore Holly was amazing. I liked Hardcore Holly. He was like that guy on that card that was like he could kick your ass, but he can also like lose like a jobber match. And that's kind of what you saw with, him and Crash. I honestly thought Crash could have been booked a little better, but based on his accolades and his accomplishments, he didn't really have too much of a bad, career from a WWF, WWE superstar. It wasn't all that bad. Of course I'm comparing it to like other superstars that, who never really had a chance to hold the hardcore championship that long, like Crash Holly kind of did, you know what I mean? With his kayfabe cousin, Hardcore Holly, they were former WWF tag team champions. The stable expanded in 2000 with the addition of Molly Holly. Loved Molly Holly. He was a WWF Hardcore championship winner 22 times. Um, something that was pretty awesome. Something that was pretty awesome is that he was kind of brought up with that 24/7 kind of hardcore championship, kind of like what you saw with WWE when they tried to recreate it, which was kind of dumb. But obviously, our truth was the kind of like the Crash Holly. Our truth was kind of like the Crash Holly of the WWE 24/7 championship with people like I think even like everybody won that championship, but Crash Holly would always kind of like vividly kind of win it back. I remember watching when he paid the APA to kind of babysit him, be like, "Hey, man, all I want is some sleep." And then, like, they got the referee in here. I think it was Bradshaw who made the cover. Like, it was like, and he was like, and then he won the championship and Crash was still sleeping. It was just so crazy. It was just that obviously, that's Attitude Era esque. The beginning of the venturing into the WWE Ruthless Aggression era, but it was entertaining as hell. It was very entertaining. You can always count on Crash Holly being on your TV screen with that cheesy ass smile on his face. I loved Crash Holly. Honestly, when I found out, when he passed away, I was, I kind of thought to myself, I was like, damn, that's, of course, when anybody passes away, especially like someone that you kind of watch growing up, and you were kind of like, dude, that's crazy. That, that kind of sucks. Yeah, the Crash Holly or Michael Lockwood, he joined the NWA Total Nonstop Action where he was Mad Mikey. He also won the European Championship and the Light Heavyweight Championship. He's from South Francisco, San Francisco, California. He started gaining interest in wrestling since the eighth grade. He was inspired by Brady Boone. He worked at Safeway, which was a grocery store that I kind of visited a lot, especially with, I had, aunts and uncles that, kind of, had Safeways around them. So I was like, oh, that's kind of crazy. Kind of like if you don't know what a Safeway is, it's kind of like a grocery store. It's kind of like an Albertsons or like a Ralph's or like O'Reilly's or O'Reilly's or whatever. So definitely that's kind of cool. That's something that people don't really think about in terms of the professional wrestling industry. They just think I'm going to be a wrestler. I'm going to make millions of money, dude. It's not that easy. You got to join a lot of independent wrestling circuits. You have to have a part-time job while you're kind of wrestling, so you can't get too effed up in the ring because you might have a broken ACL or you might tear something to the point where you cannot work for a job that actually pays you like consistently. And also like also minor league baseball players. I think I read a stat that minor league baseball players, I think over 75% of them, like in a California league, living in Hemet, California, or near the Temecula area. I watched the Lake Elsinore Storm. It's a San Diego Padres kind of affiliate. But I think the players, they don't get paid that much to the point where it'd be like, I just want to focus on baseball. Like, you know what I mean? So these guys, these athletes, they pay their dues. They definitely pay their dues 1,010%. So definitely love that. He will, like I said, he worked at Safeway as a part-time wrestler in the independent circuit. His wrestling career, he was Johnny Pearson on Bay Area wrestling in San Francisco. He was Irish Aaron O'Grady. He was Super Diablo in Lucha Libre. He was the Leprechaun Aaron O'Grady for the All Professional Wrestling. He wrestled in ECW. He tried out for the WWF in 2000 in January 20th, 1998, where he made it. He was in the WWF's Lucha Libre show, kind of like their Spectre right there, and he was known as the Green Ghost, kind of the play on the word of the Gringo or whatever. He used to carry around a scale like you see him right there. He was 400 pounds, 400 pounds of absolute dominance. Crash Holly was. So before every single match, this guy would, he would weigh himself. He'd be like, weighing in at 400 pounds, Crash Holly. So then, obviously that's where the scale kind of came in. I remember playing WWF No Mercy, and I know a lot of you guys probably haven't played it. It's on the Nintendo 64. You kind of see him coming out with the scale with Hardcore Holly, and it was, even not playing it nowadays. I haven't played it for like years. Honestly, I don't really play video games anymore. The more and more, the more and more you become a dad, the more and more you say bye to video games. Oh, those were the good old days. I'm just kidding. No, but no, it was kind of crazy. It was kind of crazy. It was kind of cool. It was like that, that little thing that made Crash Holly just be so absolutely badass. This guy from ECW. Dynamite does come in small packages. He was, formed as the Leprechaun for like basically all half of his career. So, gotta respect that. You gotta respect that. During his tenure with Hardcore Holly, he defeated great teams like the New Age Outlaws, APA, Edge and Christian, the Hardy Boys, the Rock and Sock Connection, and also Rikishi and Too Cool. So, definitely a lot of people probably don't really know who Crash Holly is. And obviously, he passed away November 6th of 2003. Due to I think I don't know I read it on Wikipedia, but I don't really feel like I don't know. It's always kind of crazy in terms of looking how some of these wrestlers passed. If you know it, you know it. If not, look it up on Wikipedia how Crash Holly passed away. Definitely kind of sucks. Definitely something that kind of needs a little more attention in terms of just in the world. It's kind of crazy how a lot of the world kind of they don't really recognize the severity of negative emotional feelings kind of happening within the brain circuit. So no, it's kind of crazy, but love Crash Holly. Crash Holly has forever, cemented his legacy within WWE. He was honored in ECW, and there's no doubt in my mind he's going to be honored in WWE. Well, they should probably honor him, sooner rather than later, in my opinion. So, guys, honestly, that's it. Hope you guys liked my show. Hope I didn't keep you guys too much. Remember, you have Emran's soccer podcast that's happening at 9:30 in approximately 11 minutes. No, 21 minutes. Scratch that. So yeah, thank you for tuning into the GSMC Wrestling Laureate podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to Superman punch that like and subscribe button to the show. Also follow the network, follow the show, follow the show, follow the show. It really does make a difference here, guys. Here at the GSMC Sports Network, we do love a lot of peace, love, and positivity, baby. We also invite you guys to follow us on Twitter/X, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. If I haven't made you a wrestling fan by now, remember we have sports shows besides wrestling. We have sports shows with Jeremy Lapidus, also TJ. We also have baseball with Sam. We have basketball with my boy Nelson, fantasy sports with Chris. We have Samantha, your one-stop shop for women's sports, MMA, Olympics, the WNBA with Samantha. We had the Andrew Tate show as well. We have Kenneth on football, Manny with the Chip Shot football podcast. So, we have Tommy, my boy, with the college football podcast. Football's right around the corner. So the best way to kind of keep tabs on everything that's happening over the off season, you want to hit up those podcasts. You want to hit up those podcasts, not for just entertainment purposes. Obviously, that's number one. But most importantly, second of all, just you need to know this stuff if you're a huge football fan. Maybe you're a part of a draft, maybe a fantasy draft, or maybe maybe this is something that you're highly invested in. College sports in general, in my opinion, I feel like do get kind of a little overlooked. College baseball, women's college softball and stuff like that. So, if you're a new day wrestling fan, go ahead and check out Tommy's podcast. Maybe you're going to become a college football fan. Like, who all knows? Well, guys, that's it for me. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend. Hope you guys had a lot of fun. Hope you guys are safe. You're happy. I love you guys 1,010%. Thank you so much for making this show what it is. And have a good night. Sleep well. Don't let the bed bugs bite. I feel like I'm talking to my kids. I feel like I'm talking. No. But anyways, have a good night.